the Olympics could save U.S. soccer's summer of sadness. The summer of soccer looked all set to become the summer of sadness. American soccer was suffering a veritable case of the blues just a few weeks ago, and it was easy to see why. The less said about the United States men's national team's performance in the Copa America the better. Greg Berhalter's firing being the most damning verdict on a campaign where losses to Panama and Uruguay booted the Americans from their own party at the group stage. On the women's side, everything has felt different since last year's World Cup exit in the round of 16, with expectations lowered even with the arrival of new head coach Emma Hayes, who promptly said they should be lowered even further. Something was needed to save the mood. Step forward, the Olympic Games. The five-ring circus hasn't brought much hope or joy to American soccer for a good long while, but it's comprehensively doing so now. For those who beat to the rhythm of the round ball game in this country, it is rescuing the summer from its cloud of doom. Over the past 7 days there have been 5 straight star-spangled wins to celebrate between the men's tournament, which features squads mostly comprised of players aged 23 or under, and the women's event, which is at full strength and without restrictions. Both teams are now in the quarterfinals and within sniffing distance of the medals. The men's group, sparked by the inventiveness of Soraya-bound Tanner Tessman, is due to face Morocco on Friday, with the women taking on old rival Japan the following day, having topped Group B thanks to the heavy scoring ways of Mallory Swanson, Trinity Rodman and Sophia Smith. Their latest outing was a 2-1 victory over Australia on Wednesday that was significantly easier than the scoreline suggests. For all Hayes' caution, it is reasonable to regard them as one of the chief gold medal favorites. It has all been a little unexpected. Memories of Olympic cheer have long since faded, despite the uswnt being a 4-time gold medalist. The squad's game's dominance was punctured at Rio in 2016, with a penalty shootout defeat to Sweden, and at Tokyo in 2021, losing to eventual champ Canada en route to a bronze. On the men's side, the Olympics was a dead zone for an entire generation of talent. The last time the squad qualified before this year was 2008, with a squad that included Stuart Holden, now a lead Fox Sports commentator, former child phenom Freddie Adu, and Brian McBride, playing as one of the 3 permitted overage participants. McBride is now the 52-year-old general manager of the USMNT. The importance of the Olympic men's soccer tournament depends on who you are talking to. For the women, it is unquestionably the second major, alongside the World Cup, and has been ever since it was introduced to the Games in 1996. Given the age limit for the men's event, designed so as not to detract from the men's World Cup's importance, it is not quite as simple. Spain thinks it matters, and its value was evidenced in its Euro 2024 triumph. Top scorer Dani Olmo, winning goal scorer Mikel Oyarzabal, goalkeeper Unai Simon, key defender Marc Cucurella, and Germany game winner Mikel Merino, plus Martins Zubimendi and Pedri, were all part of the Olympic squad that won silver in Tokyo. When Brazil won gold on home soil in 2016, Neymar slotting the winning penalty kick, it was seen as some kind of redemption for the disappointment of the 2014 World Cup. Mexico's triumph at London in 2012 turned that group of players, including the likes of Oribe Peralta, Giovanni dos Santos, and Marco Fabian, into national heroes. During Jurgen Klinsmann's reign as United States head coach, the intention was that the Olympics would serve a practical purpose in giving younger players tournament experience. That was the plan, anyways, until a qualifying meltdown in 2012. The team missed out again in 2016. And Klinsmann was gone soon after. The past week, then, has come as a sweet surprise. Hayes, buoyed by a reputation as one of the best women's coaches in history, has the USWNT looking confident and cohesive once more. Olympic men's coach Marko Mitrovic has a good group, some of whom, especially Tessman, have a chance at pushing for senior team action ahead of the 2026 World Cup and beyond. No American soccer fan would complain if the senior national team continues to be full of players who ply their trade in Europe's top leagues, especially if that means meaningful playing time in the Champions League, or in the highest division in England, Spain, Germany or Italy. But MLS overall health is an important part of the picture, too, especially on the talent creation and development side, and 11 of the squad is domestic-based. The dream scenario of a couple of gold medals is still in play, though it should be noted the possibility of such an outcome is drastically higher for the women's team than the men's. Either way, some good vibes have returned. After what came earlier in the summer, it has been an entirely welcome shift.